Because why would we pick men just because they don't cheat? We want men who don't cheat, who have a good job, who have everything
No, you
else
don't.
too.
Right. But I'm
Yeah,
saying
we do.
if you
do.
wanted them, you would pick them. There
But
are guys that have good jobs that don't cheat. You could get an engineer. You get a computer software engineer. They're not known for being dogs.
There were 50 guys that you walked past today didn't even notice. You know those regular guys, the guys that work at Starbucks, the guys that are taking the bins out, the guys
There's a guy in my front security desk. He's single.
Right. You literally walked past 50 guys today that you did not even care about because they didn't match that top 20% of men that you're looking for.
So why should we have to sacrifice the rest of what we want just because he doesn't cheat? Why does the top 20% have to cheat? That doesn't make sense. Just because they have everything else, they don't have to cheat. Like,
what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Boogie back again. So as you guys have watched in the first clip, man, the lady literally said because she's had bad experience with dating men, that men are trash, all men are trash. Now obviously a man would never dare say that on on social media, or you will get cancelled. But we're gonna watch the rest of the video and see exactly what she has to say, and then I'll come back and give my opinion. Comment down below what you guys think. Is she right?
So 80% of women, there's a pool of 20% of men, roughly, right, who women want. Okay, so 80% of women are dealing with 20% of men. And that's the reason why women think that men are trash, because those 20% of men have 80% of women to choose from. So they're going to exercise, a lot of them are going to exercise those options with those 80% of women. So a lot of the time when you were saying, oh, the men that I dealt with are trash, you're dealing with trash men.
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay, so when you say the majority of men are trash, you said the majority of men are trash.
But it's not just my experience.
No, but the majority of men are good men. The majority of men are good men, but
Like,
you don't want those
like
men.
one in three men are either virgins or haven't had sex in the past year. If girls wanted a guy that could be faithful, they could find one, but we don't want them. So if we're getting cheated on, it's literally our own fault because we picked the guys that can get a bunch of girls.
Check your comments.
wait, are you on about like men in the UK?
But
Men in the Western world.
Western world's 1 in 3.
They're what? Sorry,
They're either virgins or haven't under 30. 1 in 3 men under 30 are either virgins or haven't had sex in the past year. So what I'm saying is, like, a lot of times girls will say things like men are trash, men cheat, da 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 da. But literally, like, only 5 to 15, maybe 20% of men can cheat. So if we're picking the guys that cheat, how can we complain when we get cheated on? You picked them.
Because why would we pick men just because they don't cheat? We want men who don't cheat, who have a good job, who have everything else too.
Right.
Because why would we pick men just because they don't cheat? We want men who don't cheat, who have a good job, who have everything else too.
Right. But I'm saying if you wanted them, you would pick them. There are guys that have good jobs that don't cheat. You could get an engineer. You get a computer software engineer. They're not known for being dogs.
There were 50 guys that you walked past today didn't even notice. You know those regular guys, the guys that work at Starbucks, the guys that are taking the bins out, the guys
There's a guy in my front security desk. He's single.
Right. You literally walked past 50 guys today that you did not even care about because they didn't match that top 20% of men that you're looking for.
So why should we have to sacrifice the rest of what we want just because he doesn't cheat? Why does the top 20% have to cheat? That doesn't make sense. Just because they have everything else, they don't have to cheat.
Like, you're asking men.
Because I think you're living in a fairy tale. Because you lived in a Disney princess world that's told you can have everything. You don't get to have everything.
I don't think you
But
can
I'm saying men and women both have to compromise on things that they want. They probably want girls that haven't slept with 1 million people, but that's not really common in the Western world.
So guys, you heard what Just Pearly thinks, and I think he calls himself Sir Garvey or something like that, had to tell the young lady, right? Now, I'm gonna say she had some good points. One thing she said was that, she has dealt with men who are, who didn't treat her right or cheated and they were trash. So she thinks all men are trash. But there's a very important thing she said. She said, and that's when Just Pearly came on and like, you know what? Listen, you choose the men, number one. Number two, you choose the men who are more likely to cheat because you missed out, or you don't even see the guys who are the just average Joe guys, average men who don't have the money, the power, the status to actually go out there and attract all these kind of women, right? So in other words, Just Pearly told the young lady that, hey, listen, the issue is you pick men who usually have the capabilities to cheat, who usually have other women, or you pick men in the top 20% that other women want, right? So the more than likely they're gonna cheat. And just partly told the young lady, if you don't want to have men who are gonna cheat, maybe pick the average man who won't have all these options or who doesn't have the money to attract other women. The young lady said, no, I should be able to have a man who has the status, the money, and is also going to be faithful to me. Just partly came back and was like, listen, men and women have to compromise. You cannot have it all. It's just like a man who's, let's say, broke and is expecting a very beautiful woman who's also going to be submissive at the same time. Like, men understand that, hey, listen, the market is going to dictate what you get. If you are broke or maybe short, because the ladies like tall men, you have nothing going on, more than likely you're not going to get a very beautiful submissive woman. You're going to get what you get. And the opposite is true for the ladies. If you want a man who's going to be loyal, treat you like a princess, like all the Disney movies, and just be for you and just for you, more than likely it's not going to be the guy who has all the money that other women want, right? So in other words, at the end of the day, men and women, I think we both have to sit down and realize we cannot get everything we want from the partners that we want. All right, so at the end of the day, I hope she learned something, but you guys let me know what you think. I honestly believe at the end of the day, if you're looking to get into a relationship with anyone, you may have to make a list and be like, okay, on my list, what's most important and what are the things I may have to just tolerate and deal with? Because you're never going to get anybody perfect for you that meets all the criteria that you want in a partner. All right, I think we just have to face reality, all right, because we ain't perfect ourselves. So for you to expect or to shoot very high, shoot for the stars, and you think you're going to get a very perfect person, it's just delusional. All right, but that's my opinion. That's how I see it. Maybe she still believes she'll get a man who's 6 feet and rich and just faithful to her that no other women want. I don't see that happening, but you guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna put the Just Pearly Things channel down below. She always has great streams, and I enjoy to see these conversations and just see how men and women interact on the daily basis in this modern era, because relationships are really, the relationship culture is really so much different, especially because of social media. But don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and I'll be back. Peace.